All right, folks, in this video, we're going to discuss why the Cane Corso may, or more than likely, may not be the right choice for you and your family. We got Mr. Brutus here, about a 4.5-month-old Cane Corso, extremely well-bred. And of course, my amazing, beautiful daughter, Aria, who is 9 years old. She's also mic'd up, and her job is to simply control this little 4.5-month-old Tasmanian Devil. First and foremost, there is a warning. We're going to offend some people. You know why? Because the truth hurts. And it is my mission today to help inform you that it is probably not the right dog for about 99% of you. As you can see, my 9-year-old, who's experienced with a leash, has been helping me train for the past 5 years, could barely control this little monster in what we would call just a little medium state of drive. And she could barely keep his little butt under control. And he probably only weighs about 40 to 45 pounds. She probably weighs coming on 55 plus pounds. That discrepancy is going to get out of control really quick. Why? It's going to take her up to 18 to 20-something years old before she's fully physically and mentally mature. This little guy is going to be fully physically and mentally mature around 2 years old. That means in just another 16, 18 plus months, he's going to be a monster that she cannot walk. And so the question comes, why do you think most people want to get a Corso?
Because they're good for protection.
She ain't wrong. They're great for protection. And I get it, man. Today's getting a little crazy out there. It's a rough and dangerous world. But protecting you from what? The mailman, Aunt Susie coming over with her deviled egg, your neighbor's kid whose ball got dropped in your backyard, they kicked it over the fence. Cane Corsos in particular, not even mention all these other protection breeds that you guys are interested in, become more of a liability than an asset. For all you soccer moms out there, all you dads that are working 40 to 60 hours a week, I know what it's like. And you want a very powerful dog that can protect your family when you're not around. My argument against that is, who's maintaining that dog? Who actually has control over that dog? Is that dog protecting your family, or is that dog going to become a liability that's a danger to your own family? Yes, Corsos can be very protective of their family, but you need to be both strong-willed mentally and physically. But right now we're just highlighting the physicality part, because I'm going to free these pups up. We'll see how it goes. Free. There ain't a way on earth that she would ever be able to walk Xena or Thanos by herself if these dogs weren't properly trained. She can barely control a 4.5-month-old little baby puppy. He still has puppy teeth, y'all. This is what you all look like, by the way, walking your own poodles. I see it all the time. You don't have the proper tools, you don't have the proper mindset, you don't have the proper training, and I'm sorry if I'm speaking down to you. If this doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. But this is for everybody else. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all can't control your doodles, your poodles, your Labradors, your Golden Retrievers. How are you gonna control 120 to 140 pounds plus of muscle? And I'm telling you, pound for pound, dogs are at least twice as powerful, meaning a 200-pound man usually has difficult controlling a 100-pound dog. The problem is we're seeing these Corsos now 120, 140, 160, 180, 200 plus pounds. But the breed standard just 15 years ago is like 110 to 120 for males. You can understand my point in just showing, like, okay, when you leave for work and you leave the wife at home with the newborn baby and 2 other kids about her age, who's controlling the 140, 160-pound dog? Especially when there's no training. You see me with well-trained Corsos. You see us making it happen. And you think to yourself, oh, I just get out of the box and the dog will be well-trained. And in just a moment, actually, we're gonna see something. It's all unscripted. We got Amazon coming. We got the pool guy here. I'm very interested to see how little man does. Just watch him closely. Watch him close. And we'll see if there you go. What the fuck is he barking at? The Amazon guy? 4.5 months old. And most of you are going, yeah, that's exactly what I want. That's not training. That's built in the genetics. That comes with the dog, pre-installed from the factory. You can't delete that option from the factory. If you think that that is the be-all, end-all, I want to remind you of something. That will 10x, just like he's going to 10x in size. He's going to get a lot bigger, a lot badder, and that ain't gonna be no little baby bark anymore. That's gonna be backed up with a bite. So you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. I want it to bite the shit out of anyone that threatens my home. But I would say 99 out of 100 people, if not 99.999% of the people, if not 100% come into your house, it's just the mailman, it's just the Amazon guy. So when you're not home and there's a knock at the door, you got a 140 to 160 pound problem biting this guy, and then you're getting your ass sued. Your dog is getting confiscated. God forbid your kid tries to get involved to stop that from happening. Do you think there's any way she could ever stop this dog at full grown from trying to bite that guy? All you can do is put training on top of it as best you can to manage it. How much training are you doing with your 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds? Do they know how to put a prong on? Do you know how to use an e-collar? I know most of you don't. Even though I said this is a well-bred Corso, which he is, we're gonna talk in a minute about all the not well-bred Corsos, which are in abundance, but a well-bred Corso is going to start to show that territorial, that defensive drive at a young age. Not actually very healthy for them to show that at 4.5 months old. Why? It's a baby. If he's showing that much now, God help his owners at 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. If left unchecked at about 12 plus months old, this dog will be an uncontrollable monster, both physically and mentally. Once you let the cat out of the bag, you can't put it back in. That's Pandora's box, and it's already been opened by genetics. We didn't teach that. Far from the contrary. In fact, if I was holding the leash, I would have let him know in no uncertain terms, knock the shit off. That's the Amazon driver. I don't need you barking at it. I'll let you know when I need your help, and right now I don't need it. What the hell are you barking at? I think what I'd like to talk about now, though, is the genetics that we are seeing. We see more Corsos than probably any trainer out there, and I will tell you, out of the last 20 dogs that have come through our program, I want to say only 4 had good genetics. 4. That means 25% had good genetics, the other 75%, garbage. Why do I say that? First off, just looks. I see it all the time. I got a Corso. And I'm like, where is it? They're like, it's right here. And I'm like, oh, yeah, nice looking Corso you got there. I don't know what they're mixing in there, but what I'm looking at ain't a Corso. I see that a lot. I see it out in public. I see people showing me videos. I see them in the forums, y'all. It is the blind leading the blind.
Would you help me across? Yeah, take my arm. Yeah, I'm coming, man. There you are, safe and sound.
It's scary. And then some of you all think you're gonna get this dog trained with purely positive only dog training. Impossible. You can't train any dog with purely positive dog training. You sure as hell aren't training one of these dogs with purely positive dog training. It's out of the question. But some of you all think that you're gonna go to these little PetSmart classes and pay your little $150 and do your little group training and life's gonna be wonderful.
You know, I got a certification, through PetSmart and stuff.
And then you wonder why your dog bit the shit out of your kid, attacked your neighbor, is out of control, and now the shelters are overflowing with these dogs that, whether they got good breeding or not, and again, more often than not, I would say at least 3 out of 4 Corsos out there, garbage genetics. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. Beautiful protection. Could just show who it is. It's my freaking 7-year-old. What are we barking about? All right, knock it off. All dogs need training. All dogs need proper genetics. All dogs need a proper upbringing. The problem is when most of y'all have your little Pomeranians and Shih Tzus and everything else, completely out of control. Completely out of control. But no one cares because it's a little yappy dog. What's it gonna do? It just yaps, and if it bites you, you put a little Band-Aid on it. When these dogs go wrong, we're talking about death and serious bodily injury. Look it up. Cane Corso kills. Cane Corso death.
A 9-year-old Arizona girl was mauled to death by her family's Cane Corsos after she went outside to turn off the water spigot.
Before she can go from the sidewalk to the grass to her front door, she's taken down by 2 Cane Corsos that have bite strength stronger than lions.
Firefighters and sheriff's deputies used pepper spray and swung axes to stop the dogs and to get to the victim.
9-year-old Cherie was asked to go out into the yard where the family's 4 Cane Corsos lived. The dogs, which the girl's parents say interacted with her and her siblings often, attacked her out of nowhere.
The dogs, 2 Cane Corsos, caught on Dundalk's doorbell camera moments before an attack, now under investigation by Modesto PD.
They have killed humans, adults, kids, other dogs. 15-ish years ago when we first started looking into the breed, might be a half dozen to a dozen reputable breeders that you could find. Now, hundreds, if not thousands of breeders with little to no experience. They get their 1 Corso, you hope from a reputable breeder. You hope, but it ain't the case. They get their dog from I don't know where, Craigslist, paid $500, $1,000, $1,500, and they just breed them. There are some reputable breeders, very, very few and far between. What's the bottom line? Most of them are get into it for that extra money, baby. How easy is it? You just put 2 dogs in the same room together. Some weeks later, you got some dogs you can sell. They're not screening the clients. It's just you got the money, you get it. In fact, they do you one better. If a breeder out there will sell you 2 dogs at the same time, run far and fast. I wish there was like 911 for breeders. I will call and say, we got one. We got a crappy breeder, because most y'all can't handle 1. You sure as hell can't handle 2. Here's the other thing. Some of y'all are very much against prong collars. Let me tell you point blank period. If you're against prong collars, you have 0 business getting a Corso. None. The only hope that she has to be able to control him when he's full grown, and their owners, and I'm talking full grown adult human, is to A, get proper training early on, which includes introducing these tools to the dog at the appropriate age, the appropriate way, so that when he is 140, 150, 160, my 9-year-old daughter can walk him without a problem. And the proof's in the pudding. We do it all the time. Here we go again, just barking at our kennel tech like he hasn't seen him 50 times. And I will say this one thing. You're like, Garrett, who are you to tell me not to get a Corso? Baby, it's a free country, at least in the USA. You get whatever you want. The cautionary tale is, do your research. Make sure it's the right breed for you. Then find the right reputable breeder that's not a scumbag. Good luck with that one. Even then, if you get a badass dog with amazing genetics, you're still f***ed. Because now you got everything you asked for. You got a dog that's highly defensive. It's gonna be 120, 130, 140 plus, an absolute powerhouse, dominant as all get out, doesn't give a f*** about you unless you have food and they're hungry, and outside of that, they don't care. This is where we go back to the tool mindset. It's without question, you're gonna need the prong collar for that power steer and power brakes. You're gonna need, if you want this dog, or any dog for that matter, to be 100% reliable off leash, there's one way, baby, the e-collar. Anyone that tells you they're gonna get a dog to be 100% reliable off leash without e-collar training is a liar. Send them my way. I'll have the debate all day. They're a liar. Say, show me. It sucks for me because I tell you don't get them, and then here I am having them or I'm flaunting them. But I can't tell you, I don't know anyone else out there that says it more than I do. Stop getting them. Stop. It's not for you. But the more I tell you to do that, the more you want that forbidden fruit, so I am screwed either which way. If I just tell you the truth, it just goes in one ear and out the other. My suggestion, a little free thing for you, go to our online courses, DIYcanine.com, 100% free course called Dog Training Decoded. It is the most thorough, the only course on the planet that's gonna deep dive, not so much on the Corso, but the kind of training you need no matter what dog you choose. 100% free, literally, you don't pay anything. And then you're gonna walk away knowing exactly the kind of training you're gonna need for your dog. And again, I'm gonna give you a hint. Part of it includes balance training. It's just a matter of how you wanna access that. So enough yapping from me. Take whatever I said, however you wanna take it. Talk amongst yourselves in the comments. I'm sure you all will keep it nice and sanitary, clean and professional, as I tried to do in this one. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Good luck to you. We'll see you in the next one.